We got a nice little part three here in episode 5 of Tablet Talks. I'm your author and your host, Tehuti Trismegistus, aka Symmetry, aka the True Thoth. Blah, or Double T. Just call me Double T, I guess. Tehuti Trismegistus or the True Thoth, because we got Jayce Thoth walking around. So we got JT over here. We're about to continue reading his origin story of how he, as Jake, was going to die in a house fire, but got possessed by me through interdimensional technology. And then it's written also from me, wondering why I'm here. And it's right now a science fiction novel about me possessing a boy so I can save Earth. And just fundamentally, just so we can jump right in, and I'm not giving some like 15-minute um disclosure before we actually get into the tablets. Just one thing: I would never inhabit a body or go possess a body that I did not make myself. And I mean, honestly, I shouldn't say never because there's wisdom in doing things that you'll never do. So the moment I say I'll never do something, I get some wisdom in there. Um, but that being said, that's just not wise and that's not wisdom. Like, we create life. So I create my bodies based on my mentality. My body is what my mind like. I'm not about to use my mind to go possess another body because I need to go do something in that world like I'm some like intergalactic superhero. Now, we're all intergalactic travelers and we can appear like superheroes based on how we help and serve. But if you're like getting lost in the desire to help and serve, that's where you look like the US government and you actually create problems that then you solve, but your solutions lead to more problems and you solve those and that leads to more problems. And you're making money off of everyone continuously just going through these cycles that you're putting them through. This is just such a weird thing. Like, I hope Jayce Charles is a good person. Uh, I mean, I get like lost people are lost, and like people want to do whatever they can to connect to the universe. Spirits hate being alone so much they need to do things like this, colonize another spirit's idea, and create a whole different identity around it and put all their stuff on it, so then they can feel like they're bigger than they were before because they don't want to marry themselves internally. They don't feel like they're worthy enough to create their own thought and believe in that. That's what they need help with. I'd love to help you with that, Jayce Charles. All right, create your own thought instead of riding on my thought. Get off my dick. Hmm. Speaking of dick, shout out Simba. Definitely hits like air and earth. Air to earth. We'll get a rhythm. That's how Simba hits. Regardless. Time passed by, everything settled down, the memories subsided. I am now 18 years old, walking through local woods, just left Shar Chippewa, girl after a fallout. Shar Chippewa. Shar Chippewa. Alright, Shar Chippewa. Shar. Just left Shar Chippewa, girl after a fallout. Strolling through, I am shouting out loud to myself, what WTF is going on? Here, will someone please answer me? Dude. This is so whack. Yeah, so this is truly like some little 5-year-old writing a science fiction novel, acting like they are their idol. So this would be like in class if I were to have a class of 10 little kids and I just told them like, hey, pick your favorite superhero and create your whole story around how you love them. And then one kid takes it to the point of like, oh yeah, I see myself in my superhero so much. I wrote a story about how he possessed me and saved me from like dying in a house fire. And now I'm him. And now he lives inside of me. And none of you can take that away from me. And then it's like, oh snap. All right, bro. I mean, that superhero is just like a product of something that has nothing to do with you. And now you're saying you believe it. So, I mean, and it's possessed you. And all right, dang. Like, it's one thing if you made up your own thing and believed in it and you made us aware of this new thing. But no, like, that thing was outside of you. Yeah. All right. Fuck, why did I say that? This place here after my call. Okay. I know I'm not from this place here after my call. Yeah, see, like, doesn't make, like, talking about, like, I know I'm not from this place. Like, this is such white supremacist mentality, literally. Like, this is the mind of a white supremacist. To invade bodies, to, like, be an intergalactic government that keeps order by invading other bodies and then feeling like you're not from there. The wisdom is knowing that we create life, knowing that you are subconsciously linked to the conscious realm based on how you are connected to all the spirits in your life through the water. And that's the astral realm. And we're creating all of this together based on how we feel like connecting. So it's like, this is so lost. This is just so lost. It's not wise. This is not Thoth. This is not me. I'm not affiliated. I'm truly not affiliated. They just stole my name and he's adding all this weird extra stuff and using just enough of my wisdom to like push it as like a story that like he gets to live out as some fantasy, I guess, in his life. Time shifted, the entire night sky opened up. Information was all present. Mother Prime Creator came forth. I cried, "Oh dear mother, what have they done? It's all in reverse. They have turned you into a predominant masculine figure, which has created a turmoil among all. I know, dear Thoth, you spent the longest time rebuilding the imaginary you long ago." Dude, you're reading this with me, right? Like, if you're not, that's okay. This is truly how it's written. Just know I'm not having a stroke. Alright, like, I am okay. I'm not smoking so much weed that I'm all of a sudden tweaking on some, like, other level and not actually putting the right commas in the spaces where they need to go or speaking in tongues. This is genuinely how Jayce Charles wants the world to believe Thoth writes. So it's just like, yeah, right? He's making me look like a fool. This is a shame. I figure real spirits don't really resonate with him, though. So it's just more of a conversation than anything. You know, he's clearly out here making a living off of me. But it's like, hey, communication. We create ideas so we can inspire each other. Whatever, bro. It's just whack when you're pushing lies, like being ruled by a government and like the importance of all that law stuff and like. Prime Creator came forth, I cried. "Oh dear mother, what have they done? It's all in reverse. I know, dear Thoth, you were one of my best who knew the game greater than most. You spent the longest time rebuilding the imaginary you long ago, a different parallel. Everything is ready, your path now set. It will be tougher than most. You can do this. You have already done it when you realize and remember. I shall always be by your side throughout. Never lose your faith. Call on me in times of help. I have gift for you. Our time is short. Time to go back, dear one. This will remind you every day, each glance upon a mirror you shall never forget until one day it shall reawaken you. Keep enhancing your imagination." Man. Now don't worry about Mira. She will always be a safe one day. What? Don't worry about Mira. She will always be a safe one day. Dude. She shall rise high, be ready for when your time has come. Hold on tight. I will carry you through, dear one. Mira will reawaken and know deep down in your mother's heart, when that day comes, you will know how to write our story. Good night, my son, bravest of all until your return. From here, my insights within the journey. It will not include most path stories scattered among other books to save repeating. Rejoin the above story at the end with Prime Creator, Divine Mother, Goddess. Yo, let me. Okay, dude. This is wild. This is like. I want to believe in him. I do. I actually do. He's so much about the divine feminine. I want to, that's cool. Just make up your own thing, dude. And stop lying. And whatever you're possessed by, that's whack. You need to fast. That's what you need to do. You need to fast. You need to fast, get rid of everything from the world, and learn who you truly are in your individual space, detached from everyone, in your pure imagination. And yeah, and not just your imagination, but really your desirelessness, your nothingness. That's why I'm saying fast. All right, a journey of insight through time. Darkness, we can't understand the dark if one remains on the lighter side only. Come on. We really have to open up the chapters like this. This is so wild. Who's writing this, really? Like, I would love to hear how you talk in person, Jayce. I really would. This is so funny. Like, you're really doing things out here with this, writing all these things with my identity. Man. All right. Powering through the comedic punctuation. To gain a better understanding of what's faced upon Earth, one must learn what, why, and how things are being accomplished. I jumped into many areas, such as the drug culture. I grew an understanding that left me with pure experience to voice such subjects, yet not judge this way of life. Bro, what? One can't judge or have an opinion based on secondhand information. It's far better to learn or listen to someone who knows what it's like. Take Russell Brand. This man has earned the right and privilege to be an advocate for such a subject. Really? Really? That's so funny. I didn't know I loved Russell Brand like that. What the fuck? Bro, this is so funny. And fake. If we are 100% honest with ourselves about what we are experiencing, we learn more and grow to allow us to help others through our own experience. Reading books does not make one a professional in any field. Experience does. The experience counts. We understand the old ways of the earth do not work. History proved this time again. The birth of a new age, spiritual development, all releasing old baggage. All who have walked these paths are true leaders of the world now. Emerging light and shadow is one united force within. Okay. Darker vibration holding. If we perceive anything to be dark, we invite that to remain dark. Yet we must also accept in doing this, we hold that energy fixed in place upon earth. This is not practical. This is not real. This is not grounded. What is this? Like, in reading this, it's just like, nothing. Oh my God. What's my name? This is crazy. We holla, we want change. Whoa. We holla? Figure who you are. Please figure out who you are, Jayce. This is so funny. Like, how are you writing right now? Can I get some consistency? We holla we want change, yet we are not willing to see we are its creators who hold it firmly in place. It's just like just enough weaponized truth to be like, okay. And that's okay to me. So I guess like, spirits who aren't me can easily get manipulated if they didn't have the basic truths that I take for granted, quote unquote, I suppose. Um, and then they hear it in this way, but it's like, this is blah. We must purely take ownership and responsibility with our part within those perceptions we hold, that which is ours. In doing so, energy to dissipate. We hold it in place by shouting the same story with the same energy. We don't allow them to go or give room to evolve. This makes us the firm creators of such until we wake up to this. It shall not change for one who holds the energy of blame. With the conspiracy theories, are we really that blind? It's a disease of the mind. We hold those energies firm in place. We have become the victims to the game not seeing. If we just give up those stories, they can no longer be? Question mark? What? How did that hit you? How did that hit you? Okay. Because it hit me like a jumble of garbage. Definitely. Just like a bunch of hoopla, like a whole pile of junk. Just blah, 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 blah. Like a bunch of junk that, like, if you picked out little pieces of junk, it would be useful if you used it with your own imagination, but you would have to, like, really use it properly. But especially together, it is not a working machine. It is not a functioning structure that is communicating with itself. It did not successfully go from 3 to 4. This is a whole Mod Podge, a cluster fudge. Let go will release them, allowing to evolve and fade away. We, the creators, hold them here. Why have we not realized this? If we shout for change yet poke the finger, then who holds who in place? Fluoride. Oh, snap. Going to talk about fluoride calcifying the pineal gland. Toothpaste, interesting topic of old. Many taught about negative aspects of toothpaste. What if all was the power of suggestion? What's more powerful than that? Implant one suggestion, we allow it to spread among ourselves. Who needs media when our words carry more power among ourselves doing the same work as mainstream media? Who's right and who's wrong? Well, that's facts. Definitely, that's how mainstream media works. This is how communication builds structures. So 3 to 4. Literally, what we say on a daily basis creates the life that we see, the earth that we see, air turning into earth. We can't say media stop and we continue the same fear-based actions. Tell me what feels better. Placing logic aside and go with what the heart feels more at ease within one's own heart. 1. Be careful of toothpaste, they're trying to poison you. Or 2. Toothpaste helps you keep hygiene. We all know which suggestion felt better. I'm no advocate, yet media says number 2. We say number 1, yet we have no such evidence. Let's be clear on this. Yet the power of suggestion can be lethal to the wrong minds, especially our younger ones. We need to take a backbone stance considering all our options before casting our finger to another in blame, yet doing not see our own power of words. Yes and no, dude. Like, weaponized truth again. Like, the concept is true, but if something in a world is specifically made to work against you, and you're trying to be like, hey, you don't need to acknowledge that this is a neurotoxin that you're constantly introducing to your body. You don't need to use your words to acknowledge that heavy metals are being pumped into the environment, into the air and the ground and the water and poisoning you and making your body weaker so that these other industries can then make money trapping you on thinking that they're making you healthier with all of their new technology. Don't use your words to acknowledge that and just feel good knowing that toothpaste helps you keep hygiene. Then when does that end, Jayce? Then when you just say, well, forget toothpaste, forget toothbrushes, let's just not brush our teeth. I feel like my breath is fine. Hey, babe, I feel like my breath is fine. How's that? Babe, how's it? No, it feels fine to me. Why are you throwing up? Oh my gosh, you're dying? Oh my, your nose, it fell off. I don't understand. My breath feels so good. Like, how could your nose fall off? You're out of touch with reality, Jayce. This is how out of touch with reality you are. Like, you just have to like expose yourself and like not getting how we build structures. So of course a structure can change how we build. It works the same way. So we have bodies, and fluoride is something that can work against our bodies and can be a neurotoxin. Is it possible to transmute anything like an alchemist and make it work for you? Yes. Should you have to do that on a daily basis, especially with things that work against you? No, no, no. This is talking about like complacency and comfortability in being a slave to whoever is putting these things inside of you. Brush your teeth with charcoal toothpaste, by the way. Don't use fluoride. If he doesn't even advocate for charcoal or like some natural stuff that would harken back to like at least Native American, more herbal things, or just something way more earthly, then like boo, especially. What are the implications of both suggestions? One is negative whilst the other is not. First, let's ask ourselves, how do we know any of them are true? Have we examined toothpaste ourselves? Can we verify that any of those suggestions are true? I doubt we can. We are much faster at spreading negative than stopping for a second and finding out what is true. It's like he's kind of right. Why? Negative spreads. Why? Fear creates urgency, creates news without thinking. We react without responding. What is fear? False evidence appearing real. All right. When we spread something without facts to support such, what are we saying? We are doing the work of those who first created that suggestion. Right. Like Masona virus. Myflona gyrus. Mahona Cyrus, and how that's working in the world. The truth is a suggestion has more power. Mixed with the belief, it becomes lethal. We are so limitless and powerful as human beings, the creators of our world. We give our power away in subjects like this one, when there is nothing to stop us blessing the toothpaste as we do our food. All right, we are powerful to create what we choose. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I choose any toothpaste is great. This is comedy. You're so powerful. Wow. What others believe is wrong cannot be so. It's like so in desire to just be like, all right, everything works for me. And it's like, hey, spirituality is desire. So like for sure. But clearly that's how you colonize my name and how you're just living life. It's like you're taking things to work for you. And that's just what light white supremacists do. That human allowed someone else to scramble their spiritual thoughts. Spiritual people now have re-entered the realm of fear that will help no human. Spiritual people already know fear is not real. Yet does one also recognize that toothpaste is not real? What we resist persists. I mean, everything is real and nothing is real. Real is something that's on repeat every day. You can't tell someone who lives in actual hell, in, for example, the ghetto. For example, a concrete inner city set up by the U.S. government to trap the indigenous peoples that they released from the slavery and did not give any compensation or any benefits to, and only demonized through the Jim Crow era and way more. Like that's living in fear. You can't tell people who have gone through traumas every day that fear is not real. Fear is just as real as love. You can't have one without the other. And love is not the opposite. Freedom. Because what you say, like freedom isn't real? Because then we say like freedom is real, but like freedom is just real because it's what we desire. So real and fake, what is this? Fake is just what we don't desire, and real is what we do desire. So freedom is what we do desire, and then fear is what we don't desire. So fear is fake. But fear, is it really fake though? Or is it a super powerful motivator? And is it there to inspire freedom? And is it all about the, like, you can't be like, fear is fake. Like, fear is not real. Like, people go through real fear. Like, you conquer fear, but guess what? You conquer fear by it being fear. It had to be fear. So it's not like you conquered something and you're like, fear isn't real. Then it's like, well, what did you conquer? What did you overcome from the past? What happened? Like, you can't go through all these things of like being scared and then like level up and come out like fear is fake. And it's like, well, bro, no, that's not how emotions work. I'm the guy who transformed 18 stone to slime as IB, one who loves to eat fresh cream cakes, yet remains the same. While society claims to be careful of your weight, you shouldn't eat this or that, blah, 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 yet does not affect why. One must surely control his or her mind. Once we accept the belief of another, that which is not our own, then true enough, it's ours now, until we change our mind, again control of our own dominion. This is a wild mentality to be in, colonizing my creation. The moral of the story, it's not just a toothpaste. Any impactful idea, the suggestion, or belief we voluntarily accept, that what makes it harm one person compared to the next person, a case of those whose mind is stronger, so who's really at fault if not the one that believes? Henceforth, taking responsibility for one's own life comes into play here. Then so true shall the inner power within be again at the head of its believer. Would this be any different? For chemtrails, fear never does fear help. You're the creator of all stories accepted. Choose a new one that feels greater within your heart. Spiritually, our responsibility should be for the younger generation. What do we create as a new way? Instead of fear, if the old does not work, voice it known old is void, yet never fight the old with new fears. We create an eternal loop effect in doing such. Human responsibility and a spiritual responsibility. It's not spiritually responsible to claim toothpaste or chemtrails are poison and in a second breath claim we are the way for the future for our younger generation to come. Yet paradoxical way, we are doing the same error. You can't just use white light supremacist desire to burn through the real effects of the technologies that other spirits have purposefully put in the environment to kill people. Dude. Like, I get that's a superpower. That's not it, though. That's not what you should have to do. Like, that's not the point of a shared space. Like, and that's like literally just letting them continue then. You're just letting white supremacists, you're actually forgiving them. Like, you're a white supremacist apologist. So it's like, clearly one of them. Because you're just saying, like, don't claim, like, these poisons that are being put into the air and in your food products and the things that you put in your body are poison. Just alchemize it. Come on, guys. Bro. Mandela effect. Mandela's effect is happening, or is it not occurring? It could never be false or true, all based on an individual model of perception one has about their reality. Yes, anyone can infect another in our idea of reality. Spirituality is no exception. Oh wow, infect. Seeding the minds of many. You got your followers. To what benefit does it serve? Does it matter? How does life feel right now? Who is the creator of reality, if not self? Mandela is a fun reality testing tool to understand the nature of whose reality is shifting. I ask, is it positive? Does it feel good? How do I react based on its understanding? Does it have separate ideas, good and bad? If so, does that mean the mother attacks itself for what reason? Spirits ever attack or ego? Is ego real? So what is, bro, he keeps saying he's literally lost in real. So, like, he's literally, oh, this is weird. This is interesting. Is ego real or yet again another concept to follow? What? Are we seeking followers or global evolution for the pocket or the greater good of all? The answer within me is pure illusion built by us for us. Why? We can't know good unless you first understand its equal opposite. Right. The rest is all choice. You're in or out. You're on a train heading downwards or getting off the train. returning up higher, returning to new possibilities, growth, self-improvement. Loving expansion is the mother's way. At any point along the journey, one can choose the next stop, okay, I'm off. Life changes in beautiful spirals of awesomeness, or it continues within its self-built illusion. Take Winged Messenger. One could easily say all was a Mandela-based theory. Did it happen or not? Is death real or not? Where does life begin and end? What's real and what's not? Where does real truth sit? None of the above. All an illusion. Yet what fun life is when you get stuck into its deliciousness. So what benefit are we, to whom, and for what reason? On or off the momentum building train, all is choice. Where is your train heading? How does it feel? Every soul has their interpretation and answer. We are followers of other ideas or leaders of ourselves. None below nor above, yet side by side is one. Alright. The divine God, goddess, united feminine and masculine is one. God is life and life is God. Okay, sure. Yes. We know we can't harm another without harming ourselves. Okay. We understand that what goes around comes around. Okay. What we think we attract. Good or bad, what we experience we create. No one did it to us, only the thought we first had about it. Good or bad, nothing is good nor bad, just perceptions we interpret it by. What we choose, we gave. What we gave, we received neither right nor wrong, and it returned in a different disguise. Same meaning. Yeah, but it's like at the same time, you can't really just say that blanket. Because as spirits, we create life, but it's levels of awareness. So a child is creating life, but not the same awareness as an adult. This is why the Freemasonic, white supremacist, Illuminati, Industrial Revolution agenda is all about using children to fuel its machines, because they don't have their own real spiritual essence of communication or chi. So they need to harvest chi children. They have the logic to do so or whatever, but they're so logical, they're like not actually healthy. They're blocked off. Good or bad, nothing is good nor bad, just perceptions we interpret it by. What we chose, we gave. So that's just where it's like when we see like awful things happen to kids and we have the spiritual intelligence to know they created that for themselves, it's also about knowing what level of intelligence are they at creating that for themselves. Because the real thing is that they're not nearly as aware as whoever is around them and really taking advantage of them. And those are the people who are supposed to be responsible for them, because that's the point of us being in a shared space and helping each other grow, and why adults are supposed to be protectors of children or just helping them learn how to communicate. That's the point of an adult. You grew up learning how to communicate, and then you hopefully build a structure called a school and other structures that can then help other people learn how to communicate. God is life and life is God. We know we can't harm another without harming ourselves. Cool. God is not male nor female. God is everything. God is life itself. If we harm another, we hurt the God. We harm ourselves. So, see, wrong. They just messed up, so he's limited. Of course. But like, life is not God. God, like the closest thing for God, the point is that God's a creator. The creator is spirit, which is nothing. That's infinite. All possibilities. Like just anything you can imagine. Anything that anyone can imagine. Anyone in existence can imagine, that exists within all possibilities. That's God. That's God. And that is what we all are collectively. It's spirit, though. It's not life. Life is what it looks like when we all express ourselves in any given moment. And then that's all of us as individual gods coming together and expressing our godhood in simulations and worlds and such. Life is endless. We change bodies like clothes. We remain the same consciousness. All is one and all is God, for God is life itself. See, keep saying God is life itself. Wrong. See, not wise. Not wise. Not intelligent. Definitely not Chickatet. Definitely not Hermes. Definitely not Thoth. Definitely not Chase. Definitely not Symmetry. This is some lost spirit who is just here using my name to express themselves and ride my frequency and get other people lost with them. And again, this just happens in all realms and realities. We see it all the time. If you build up any light big enough, other people want to ride it. And that's how it goes. So it's just about like truly communication and making sure that things are not getting colonized. Because look what happens. Death. That's what happens. Censorship. Which in turn harms yourself, you know it by what goes around comes around. Preserve life, you shall preserve God. In turn you preserve yourself. I am life, you are life. You're God, I am God. I am you, you're me. We are equally the same. Nope. I would never say that. As an infinite individual, we are both nothing. But I hate that. This is the shit I don't like. This is truly the shit that I don't like. Truly the shit I don't like is that reflection stuff. All of that, you're a reflection of me, I'm a reflection of you. It's like, bro, you're just colonizing what I'm saying. Because that's really what people who are like doing that reflection thing are like doing. Where they're just like, they don't have their own ideas, they don't have their own imagination. But because they connected with you, right? So they're in the same body of water as you. This is what it looks like on a super spiritual level, okay, with the elements and everything. They're in the same body of water as you, but they don't have the same imagination at all. So when you connect and you have the opportunity to share imaginations, when you share your unique and individual ideas, they feel like they are their ideas. This is how white supremacy colonized indigenous peoples. This is how they stole everything from us in Egypt and Mesoamerica, and they just rationalized using Judeo-Christian logic to steal things with metal. Because they somehow believe that because they're in the same body of water, all is one, and they got convinced by one individual that that individual created the whole body of water, and because they're connected to them, they can do whatever they want in this body of water and now spread death. And that looks like the Industrial Revolution. Wild. So it's just, this is truly like more of that. This is more of that. White supremacy, dude. Preserve life, you shall preserve God in turn. Yeah, no, we're not the same. So no, we're not the same. The point is that that's colonialism. No one imagination is the same. We are all infinite individuals. You alive, then you're that which is a life God. We are one. What is life? That which the mother bears her creation. Together is one of the feminine and masculine united. It's not God. It's God as together is one within all. Prime creator, divine mother, goddess. Man, this is wild. Prime creator, divine mother of all things great and wonderful. My journey hath been a long tiring. I, Thoth, made it just as you always planned. I took back my loyalty, gave it to the one who deserved it most. Just know you knew I would. It's been a battle for sure. They painted you as him. Never did they realize you were our mother, the creator of life itself. Every female knew deep in their hearts. Every male knew on some level, knowing their reasons, all that they had done for centuries past. Mother prime creator over them all, I call you home for good. 9, the hierarchy trinity of them all. Thy red pyramid across the third eye symbol of your divine circle of blood. The creation of life symbol of thy mother. Your light is my light once more. My joy is your joy forevermore. You were never masculine, yet not feminine. Your energy was feminine in unity with thy masculine. Reemergence of thy 3. Okay, us and you. I travel the halls once more for you. My pain was the pain our dear sister carried for eons. Sister was losing faith in the masculine. One could not blame her for what a mess they made of it all. Many of us sitting among them, all brothers and sisters of light back to fix our errors long ago. We passed through the threshold point, clearing space and time, merging worlds among all, forming new stars among your body, your essence of space upon each awakening, star upon stars bursting forth in the hidden night sky, far, far away from sight. You brought me full circle, and our new world has formed in a new dimension, far in your higher realms of joy and peace and unity. Merging all 12 has spun once more, you named her gleaming beauty Katja. One day they shall meet her glory, essence of being, united the 12 shall become. O mother, dear mother of all, they are awakening, silently stirring among them, questioning everything now. How beautiful thou surely be, thy last step through the flames I returned after time had passed, through the same doorway a parallel dilemma. Your divine love cannot deny it any more. Thou shalt not let it be so. I made it home, and I remain to rebuild thy loveliest of earth Gaia, thy greatest hint of them all. How clever thou hast always been. They call you infinite intelligence, least they do not forget why. Mother, thine path is clear, no karma ever done, nor ever been so. No beginning ever been, no end shall ever know. Infinity, unity of them all. Yo. Circle of time, circle through thou wholeness of one. Thou 12 shalt spin, merge as one. Their eyes opening, the walls are following, sunlight shines bright, least they do not forget the meaning of thy light. The old are dying, falling among shadows. The new is birthing your ways of creation. The spark of the essence, we are coming home once more. Least they do not forget nor fight. Thou glory is bright from all thou children's essence, shining forth within to without, singing your dance, silently chanting your essence among us. The children, the new arrive birthing, the old and the new are emerging, traveled through star systems, dimension afar to join our moment of truth, rising now one by one, silently calling home your essence. Mother, oh mother, it was you who gave me to a false devil of earth, moving in the wrong direction. Mother, thy metaphor of reverse, a midnight tumble with a bumble. Battle of the ages, dark to light. Shadow plus light forming balance within. From the old to the new will dance the moment of ages merging as one once more. Darkness shall fall down the spiral stairway of time to a realm it shall remain. One by one, moving in line, whereby their cycle shall begin once more. Giving up reactions to the reasons for their need and want of our emotions. We love you, good night, until we come for you again. Someday in your own evolution of ways past, not yet seen for thee. The divine mother goddess, prime creator of them all, you gave birth to a woman's world, the hint of ages to come and pass, the divine essence hidden among them all calling, through the twin flame symbol essence of self, to merge as one once and for all, as ourselves and Mother Trinity of them all. Alright. So this is Jayce trying to get all of us lost in the all one realm, as we have seen in tablets before. The all one realm being where spirits go, where they want to connect with other spirits. The cosmic womb of creation, so to say, is being created by all spirits from the alone realm. So spirits who don't desire to be all one are in the alone realm. Spirits who desire to be all one are projecting from the alone realm still. They're just so lost in the all one realm that they are scared of being alone, and then they're doing all this logic and everything they can to act like they're not alone, because we are all alone. All of our imaginations are infinitely individual. We don't have the same imaginations. The moment you're trying to say we're the same, it shows that you hate your imagination so much that you're running away from it, and you desire to connect to mine. You desire to connect to someone else's outside of yourselves. And you're doing that with all the light and logic that's in front of you that you can. The Divine Mother Goddess, prime creator of them all, you gave birth to, we hold tight, shining brightly in our silent chant, loving response to all coming forth in the arms of thy mother. For home we are forevermore. Repaired our error of time. No desire to leave. Thou 12 has begun. So literally, to be one with the feminine, the Divine Mother, is to only want to be all one. You never want to be alone. That's literally what it means to want to be one with the Divine Mother. Whereas to be one with the Divine Father, you want to be alone. So I'm symmetry. I am Tehuti Trismegistus. I am the true Thoth. I am the king of balance, equilibrium, if you will. So this is where life happens. Air is our fire and water coming together in constant flux. And that's how we create art. That's how we have sex with each other and ourselves. And six, and everything is six. And everything's just a balanced creation in that way. This is balance. That's the point. So It just really shows the opposite. Like, the point is, this is supposed to cater to the people who are in the opposite desire of toxic masculinity, quote unquote, where like they desire to be alone. And really, they desire to be alone by being all one with people who support being alone. Because being alone is just killing nature. To be toxically alone is to go into a natural environment and be like, okay, I want to transform all this into my image and have control over all of it and make it my imagination. And it's like, well, you should not have entered this natural space for that then. This is not the place for that. Keep that to yourself. Or like create your own world. But like they can't even create their own world. So they're focused on colonizing other people's worlds because they want to have their own and disconnect others from nature that hard. So this is catering to the people who just want to be only connected with nature, the divine feminine, and be lost in just being at the reaction of everyone who loves being alone. The new world has formed its foundation, molded time for thou creator of all. Thou work never done, nor shall our new kingdom ever undone. Peace be with you and always and forevermore, for thou power of love and light is home. So now it's Christian stuff. I would never say any of this. This gross, boo, bleh. Power of love and light is home. Man. Home is in the balance, but I get it. Home is desire, to be comfortable. That's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's very Taurus for sure. You know, just be comfortable in your pleasures and desires. It's just not getting lost in that though. Establishing life in front of you, revealing you to yourself. I am Thoth, a love beyond any measure you could conceive. Jeez. What the? What kind of weird, narcissistic, contradictory? Look, I get I'm incredibly empathetic and I care beyond most people's conception of what it means to care. But to just like straight up be like, I am Thoth, a love beyond any measure you could conceive. I don't know who you are to say what you could do. So that's only ignorant on my part to say that and like believe that and open up with that so hard. Like that's not me speaking. All right, this obviously is not me. I am Thoth. Forget you. I know a great being called you, for I am you and you are me. What? Dude, this is literally a colonizer then who's like lost in desiring to be all one because they hate being alone so much, and then a male body. So in the third episode, we saw that all these women are creating cults behind me or cults about me behind closed doors, behind my back, whatever, about me, behind me, about me behind closed doors, and chasing me and doing a lot of wild stuff and stalking me and whatever, a bunch of things, harassing me. And how weirdly, like, all that stuff happening in my life for years was then connected to the tablets of Daniel Rama Hoffman and the whole ring of inclusion and the whole source light thing of like getting married to Thoth so that you can become more infinite through that. And it's just, you're not going to get more infinite through connecting to anyone other than yourself, because you as your nothingness are already infinite. So you need to learn how to connect with yourself, not like try to connect to someone else and run away because you don't like your own self. You don't like your own aloneness, because that's what this guy is then. Where he's trying to be like, hey, I'm Thoth and you are Thoth as well. Now it's like Spider-Man stuff where it's like everyone's Spider-Man. Like I'm Spider-Man and it's like you're Spider-Man. We can all be Spider-Man. It's Spider-Verse. And it's just lostness and all oneness. And it's not that feminine. We're individuals. My imagination is not your imagination. This is why I have to make new creations and just keep updating. Because people will just love, who want to be all one, take a creation that people love and just make themselves all one in that. And now they feel cozy in the water and like they're getting heated up and passionate. They're like, ooh, it feels really good, it's steamy. Because they don't want to be alone and create their own thing. Because they don't believe in themselves like that. Your eternal brother Thoth. Call of 9, 8 of late, eternal breath of 1. www.iamthoth.com. I tried to visit this website and it is shut down. There's nothing there. So I don't know what's up with IamThoth.com. Why is nothing there? That's a shame. Maybe we'll figure out in the next segment of episode 5. Peace out. Yeah.